Golf fans in Australia are being treated to a rare couple of weeks at Royal Melbourne as it plays host to back-to-back world-class tournaments. First up, the Australian Masters and a popular victory for the local hero Adam Scott, adding the gold jacket to his green one from Augusta in April. Then this week the club is hosting the World Cup of Golf, so more world stars will be gathering at Royal Melbourne as they host the tournament for a fourth time.
Not often that you do back-to-back tournaments, but they're going to be two great tournaments, and especially the way Adam Scott's going at the moment, I think it'll be fantastic for everybody. You know, we've got a venue and we believe we should support golf, and by taking these events on, I think it's fantastic for golf and fantastic for Royal Melbourne as well.
It's a privilege to be here for 1 week, to be here for 2 weeks. We know it's an inconvenience for their members, but we're hugely appreciative, and we see from the field that we've got this week, a number of players have come down to sort of familiarise themselves with Royal Melbourne in advance of the World Cup.
And for those players who are making the trip down to Royal Melbourne, they get to take on the composite layout, which is a mix of the East Course designed by Alex Russell and the West designed by renowned architect Dr. Alistair Mackenzie.
It's been rated in the top 10 in the world, but not many people get to play it. It's basically tournaments. Members get to play it about 3 times a year, and that's the only time we ever use it. So it's a special course set up for special events like this, and all the players love it.
It's one of the best courses in the world, and it's one of the courses that you don't mind playing on a daily basis. It's just such a pleasant experience to play golf like this, and I don't get the chance to play it enough. So to have the course closed for us to play for 2 weeks in a row is really a no-brainer and a real treat.
Almost every hole out there, if you're under the hole, it doesn't matter how far away you are, you've got a chance. If you're above the hole, it doesn't matter how close you are, you've got no chance. And that's a really fun way to play golf. It's more about position and proximity, which it adds to the test, which I think makes it more satisfying to have a good round around a course like this.
Getting down here, to be able to play outside the US is always exciting. To come to a golf course as renowned as Royal Melbourne, to have a little bit of knowledge, having played here 2 years ago for President's Cup, it was an opportunity that I was excited to take up. I really look forward to getting to Australia. I love the country, I love the people, the golf is fantastic, and then to play a top-notch golf tournament, it's just it's hard to turn down.
Kuchar's trip to Australia is about more than playing back-to-back events on a fantastic golf course. He'll team up with fellow American Kevin Streelman in the PGA Tour-sanctioned ISPS Handa World Cup, as Kuchar looks to defend the title he won with Gary Woodland back in 2011 at Mission Hills in China.
You don't get too many opportunities to represent your country. It's a really cool opportunity to play in the World Cup. In 2011, last time it was played, I was so excited to be the top American that accepted the invitation and then get to pick a partner, and thought it was just a great event.
I think we always feel like we represent Australia every week. We're announced on the tee from Australia every week, but to come home and play the World Cup and represent Australia here, I think is something that we don't get to do too much.
Royal Melbourne also hosted consecutive events back in 1988, the last time it hosted the World Cup. For golf in Australia in a wider sense, having these big tournaments back in the region will play an important part in helping to grow the game down under.
And for golf to survive in Australia, we've got to get these better players down here, because that's what built it. And we've been fortunate that Greg Norman carried Australian golf for so long. Adam's now putting his head up there, which has been fantastic for what he's done this year, and you've got to credit him for the 4 events. He's coming down for 4 weeks and playing 4 events. Well, there's not too many players that do that.
I think it's hugely important. I mean, it's again a compliment to Victorian Major Events Company and the state government here that we're able to bring the event here. It's a huge prize money, $8 million, the biggest purse we've ever played for in Australia, but a field of 60 players from 33 different countries. And equally, I think with golf moving into the Olympics, in 2016, it's the first time it's been the Olympic program for 112 years. So it's really exciting that we're going to embrace the format that the Olympics will adopt.